the top 4 running backs in Dallas Cowboys history. Let's create a Fishmore, Mount Rushmore for the Cowboys running back position. Part of our series that we've been running this week. I'm Mike Fisher, your trusty and trusted reporter. There should be no arguments here. Sure. The Mount Rushmore, and here's the 4, as always in no particular order, and you are more than welcome to argue and tell me how stupid I am, whether you're a younger Cowboy fan and you have your opinions, or if you've been around forever and you go, Fish, you forgot so-and-so, bring it on. I'm man enough. I can take it. Let's go to Mount Fishmore, the 4 greatest Cowboy running backs of all time. Ding. Zeke. And it seems like there might be a little bit of like reverse recency bias on Ezekiel Elliott. But look at his career. I think he's the 3rd leading rusher in Cowboys history. He's a 2-time rushing champion, the centerpiece of an offense that over the course of his best times was one of the best in the league. He changed the way this era of Cowboys football was played. Comes into the league and makes an impact immediately as a rookie. 1,600 yards and 15 touchdowns. He did things as a rookie that most really good NFL running backs don't dream of now. Getting to 1,000 yards again was a challenge, especially as he got worn down. But the choice of the Cowboys in that draft, 2016 draft of Zeke at 4 overall, it worked in every possible way except when it came to winning playoff games. Ding, the easiest guy, Emmitt Smith. And listen, not only is Emmitt Smith on the Cowboys Mount Rushmore of running backs, the numbers say that if you're going to do an NFL Mount Rushmore, and you pick your guy. I start with Jim Brown, and then pick a guy, and Emmitt Smith. We used to have this argument all the time back in the day, and I used to win the argument. It was Barry Sanders versus Emmitt Smith. And the way I would win the argument, fish heads in Cowboy Nation, 75,000 strong. Thank you for hitting the like button. And yes, I'm interested in your comments and in you subscribing to what we do here. It's free and worth every penny. The reason that Emmitt Smith ranks above Barry Sanders is because which guy would rather have which career? Barry Sanders would have given his left shoulder pad to have Emmitt Smith's career. That makes Emmitt Smith better enough. I don't know that I need to rattle off all the numbers, but wow. An offensive centerpiece of the team of the 90s, 1,000 yards, almost 1,000 yards his rookie year, and then every other year as a Cowboy, 1,000 yards, and then becomes ahead of Walter Payton, the all-time leading rusher in the NFL, with numbers that I would suggest will never be surpassed. Ding on the Mount Fishmore, Mount Rushmore of running backs. Tony Dorsett, of course. The greatest draft steal in team history, quite possibly. There were scouts who thought, he's too small, he's too this. The Cowboys get him 2nd overall after doing the Seattle deal. And he comes right out of the box, wins Offensive Rookie of the Year, rushes for 1,000 yards, back when 1,000 yards really meant something. Was instrumental, obviously, in the Cowboys winning their 2nd championship. He does Hall of Fame stuff all along. And Emmitt Smith, Hall of Fame. Tony Dorsett, Hall of Fame. Ranked 2nd on the team's leading rushers with over 1,200 yards. Had the infamous, not infamous, well, it's infamous in Minnesota. You had the Hail Mary against Minnesota, my boyhood Vikings. Then you had the 99-yard Tony Dorsett run against Minnesota, against my precious Vikings. Tony Dorsett, a charismatic figure, not just in Dallas and not just in Texas. Little kids all around the country wanted to be Tony Dorsett. He was very cool, and he was really great, and he's on Mount Fishmore. And then finally, and here's where we can argue, Herschel Walker. First of all, he did do things as a player here. 2-time Pro Bowler, scored 27 touchdowns, rushing touchdowns in his time here. One of the greatest athletes to ever play in Dallas. Just talking about pure wow athleticism. And then there's the trade. And if we think about all the great things that the Cowboys did under Jerry and Jimmy and more, yes, Barry Switzer, who we screwed earlier in the week on the Cowboys coaches Mount Rushmore. The Herschel Walker trade, which Jimmy and Jerry both try to take credit for, and the truth is, both of them, the Herschel Walker trade is foundational. We still hear now people saying this team, whether it's basketball or they can make a Herschel Walker-like trade, basketball, NFL, NBA. There will never be a Herschel Walker-like trade. Luka Doncic fiasco came close, but there will never be anything like that. It was uniquely constructed. There was never anything before that like that deal, where I'm going to take all these picks and all these players, and then, if I give up these players, which I'm surely not going to do, right? Then you give me more picks. And of course, among the many players that the Cowboys eventually acquired in the monster Herschel Walker deal were the aforementioned Emmitt Smith. Herschel Walker as a player, does he deserve to be, just as a Cowboy player, does he deserve to be on the Cowboys Mount Rushmore? Herschel as a thing, yeah, he's on there for me. Interested in your comments? Bring them on. Abuse me. I'm not scared. By the way, I'm Mike Fisher, and we will be back in Frisco shortly. Sugar's going to let me come off my half days, and we're getting back to work for you here and at cowboyscountry.com. So, Zeke, Tony, Herschel, Emmitt, that's your 4. Fish out.